Hey everybody, welcome to Sew with Joe. Today we're starting a new patch on the same pair of jeans. Same pair of jeans I've had for over 20 years. And needs a pocket. So in this situation what I do is, rather than just patch the pocket, which can be very, not very difficult to do, but relatively difficult to do. I try not to cut pieces out of my jeans very often. However, if I was to put a pocket, like a full insert, over top, it gets really super bulky after a bit. So when it comes to pockets, I will actually cut out the old pocket and put in new. So before I do that, I'm going to dig into my pad of pockets and find a replacement pocket. Do I stick with a blue jean replacement pocket? With a little design on it, fancy. Shirt pocket. Pocket. Got a lot of cargo pockets. I want to start putting cargo pockets on my jeans, because cargo pants are amazing. All right. Let's find a pocket that will fit. Shape is a little bit different, but I think that will do. Pack my pockets for posterity. Okay, so unfortunately we do have to remove some fabric for this one. There's a real test of these little scissors. There we go. That color difference. That's the kind of stuff that's, if you were trying to copy something like this, that's the kind of stuff that would be tough to fake, I would think. Getting that depth of age. So I don't have a whole lot of time to spend with you today, unfortunately. I have another doctor's appointment. Yeah, don't worry, I'm fine. How often do you go see your doctor? I have a really good doctor. I see him fairly often. I'm working on getting me through a few things. I don't know if, I'm not sure if I talked about it on this channel yet or not, but I applied for a job with the Canadian Forces, and long story short, I was rejected after passing all the testing and everything. The medical part I didn't pass. The military doesn't like having anyone on regular medication. So what I'm doing is I'm working with my doctor to get off of my medications. See how I fare without them. A lot of the stuff that has happened to me was a while ago, and we feel that I might be ready to possibly come off the medications. So that would be nice. I don't like taking pills every day. So I'm excited about that. Just gotta make sure you get the pocket kind of lined up with where the old one was. Placement is huge. Gotta get the pin, first couple pins in the right spots. So if you don't, you're screwed. Absolutely screwed. Watched a couple Guy Ritchie movies last night while we were doing some self-care. I've got all sorts of accents in my head. That's been a little bit too high. The one guy in there, I don't know who he is. Not a huge fan of his acting. His head, or his voice just sticks in my head. He's Scottish. He looks like a budget version of the guy from Gladiator, Russell Crowe. And not a big fan of him, his acting, but his voice sticks in my head. Maybe that's why I'm not a big fan of his acting. Yeah, that's one thing with the Guy Ritchie movies, you gotta be up on your accents. If you don't, if you're not familiar with British accents, it can be very hard to watch those movies. Certainly does that intentionally. People will complain like, couldn't understand a thing this character was saying. Alright, we'll have it in there next time that not even the British people can understand the accent. Don't complain about my movies. Don't like it, don't watch it. Alright, got the top in, I think, pretty straight. Pinning is such an important part of this. Keeping everything flat, making sure all your lines stay straight. I know I'm not doing the best demonstration of that. I usually will lay stuff down on the floor for placement. The thing I don't understand with the whole military thing is, like, yeah, I understand it's more difficult to be deployed if you're on steady medication. You might, have some issues, whatever. But in a case like mine, like I'm going for a reserve position, and I realize we all have to have the same common training. But you would think that there might be an exception made that if you're not deploying somewhere and you're on medications, that it might not be that big a deal. To me that would make sense, but I kind of doubt it. The military is very black and white, cut and dry. So I don't know, I am going to appeal the medical decision. I think I've talked about this before. I need to write that letter. The biggest distraction I have right now is my shed. I'm still working on building a shed. I just want to get it to the point that it keeps the snow out this year, and then I can put a few things in it and finish it in the spring. We got off to a very late start with that project. Ooh, a little hole in this corner. We'll have to try to remember to patch a little extra there. Put a pin there. Maybe I'll throw a little patch over the corner. We'll see. See how much it covers. Usually when I do pockets, I sew just around the edge. I don't usually keep this cloth on here. I keep it on just for pinning, and then I cut around. But we'll see. We'll see. I might put a little patch here, something to complement the AC/DC patch. We'll see. But that's the time I have today. I wish I could spend a little more time with you, but life calls. But I do really appreciate you joining me for pinning pockets. So, and one thing that I just want to keep stressing is that sewing doesn't have to be difficult. A lot of people would, if they were going to do this, and, if I wanted to do it super proper, you'd take all the stitching out from the seam, take the whole seam out, and then patch the whole thing in. It doesn't matter, you know. It, like I say, if you build it up, you know, a number of times, yeah, then I might start taking the old ones out. Especially after I've done a patch over, then it's easier for me to remove. But I'm not going to be that fussy. I don't like removing material from the jeans in the first place, never mind going out of my way to remove more. And I think these pockets were from coveralls that I had, so they're pretty thick, pretty heavy denim. This should last quite a while. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me again. Hope you had a nice chill time. And yeah, next time we'll get into some more discussions. Leave me a topic. I like to focus on positive world news. So if you have anything positive that I can spread and share with the world, I would really appreciate it. Sometimes the research is the part that I don't have time for. But yeah, stay positive. Join me again next time. It was great having everybody. If you enjoyed the time, subscribe, comment, let me know what's good. Cheers, everybody. Okay.